Hi guys, so today we're gonna talk about perfectionism because I think it's such a great subject. So here we go. So what is perfectionism? Perfectionism, it's not necessarily about um, trying to do everything in a perfect way. It's more about like pushing yourself excessively hard to meet some unrealistic goals or target, and this will have a negative impact on your well-being. Perfectionism usually involves judging your self-worth based on your ability to strive for and achieve those unrealistic goals. Someone can be perfectionist in some areas of his life and not others. For example, sports and health, but not in studies. Um, Perfectionism develops as a result of being rewarded by others for successes. This is known in psychology as a positive reinforcement. Um, so perfectionists came to believe that they are only worth if they are achieving those high standards that they have set for themselves. Some myths of perfectionists could be like, if I'm not gonna do a job in a perfect way, then it's no need to start it at all, or if I avoid it, it will tend it to sort it by itself, or people notice every little single detail, so they are quick to judge. People can't be happy if they're not successful. The harder you work, the better the things will become, and so on. So we know that perfectionism has like two categories. One is adaptive and the other one is maladaptive. So adaptive one is when adaptive is when it motivates people and to reach their goals, and they drive pleasure from this process. But maladaptive is when perfectionism drives people crazy, and because they try to achieve those unrealistic goals and they try even harder. Whatever they do, it's not good enough, and this leads to depression and low self-esteem. Domains where somebody is trying to be perfect can be like anywhere from performance at work or school to sports, relationships, family, organizing a house with cleaning, health, grooming, physical appearance like with weight, eating with the shape, and so on. So perfectionism is encouraged when children are praised excessively hard for their achievements and not for their efforts. This happens mostly in childhood. Like, we can see that the system, the society make us to be in this way. For example, when we are at school and we need to get like A grade, and your parents are saying like, if you're gonna have like A plus to this test, I'm gonna buy you that thing that you wanted, and so on. So our family, society, school, it's built in this way. So as a result, you may have learned to value yourself based on the opinions of others, on others people approval. So in this way, your self-esteem, it might be based primarily on external standards. So these can leave you more sensitive and vulnerable to the opinions and criticism of others. Like, how many times you haven't met someone who, you did like a remark to them or a criticism, something that was like valued, like was a true thing to them, and they couldn't handle it. They couldn't get the criticism, and they took it very personal, and maybe they you know, broke up the relationship with you or whatsoever. Like, didn't it happen to you? Because it happened to me, or I was like one of them a long time ago. So this is like so important. And what are the causes of perfectionism? Well, one of them is like role modeling. So it's when the kids see that, you know, this thing in the family. So when the parents are like highly successful and they're like working a lot and putting a lot of pressure on the kid, and every time when he's doing something good he's rewarded, so he's getting this like role model that this is a good thing and this should do, like in his life he should strive for the best non-stop. And again, is not praised for the effort, just for the achievements. So what are the causes of perfectionism? Well, one is role modeling. So when a kid grew up in an environment like that, with like two successful, highly successful parents, and they're like highly motivated and ambitious, and they're trying to project that on their kid as well. So every time rewarding the kid, every time when he did something, when he achieved something that they wanted, something hard. The other one can be emotional abuse, even from the other kids around him during his childhood. Another one might be unrealistic parenting. So when someone received like a harsh criticism from their parents, someone who had like authoritarian parents, and you know they behave like in a harsh way with them. So